to another live feed with Sean Drew Channel. Let's get into it, man. The 50 most dynamic duos in sports history: baseball, football, hockey, and basketball. Continue on with the football duos. This was a dynamic duo. They didn't win championships that much together. I don't think they won any championships together, but there was a dynamic duo for the Chicago Bears when they was playing with each other: Dick Butkus and Gale Sayers. Um, these two gentlemen was drafted in the 1965 draft, the third and fourth overall picks, and Chicago selected Dick Butkus out of Illinois as a linebacker, the running back of Kansas, Gale Sayers. And Butkus and Sayers definitely did their thing during the next several seasons to bring a level of respectability to the Bears and establish themselves in the process as two of the greatest players ever to play in the NFL. Butkus into arguably the greatest middle linebacker in league history, the most feared, intimidating defensive player of his generation. Meanwhile, Gale Sayers would establish himself quickly as the period's most exciting, dynamic offensive playmaker and performer. And the Bears are just definitely one of the flagship franchises. Look at the Bears. They were dominant as a team, winning a couple championships, 1932, 1933, for winning another four championships during the 1940s. So stuff like that. So this franchise definitely was doing their thing. The thing is that once they got Butkus and Sayers, they did not win championships. Unfortunately, you would think they'd have a lot of sense. I know it's just two players on opposite sides of football, but you would think there would be more of a dominant team around these two guys. But Sayers did his thing, and he burst onto the scene. Had so much great speed, quickness, and cutback ability. The ability to run the football, had 867 yards his rookie year, averaging 5.2 yards per carry, 407 yards receiving. He was great as a kick return, punt return. He was dangerous. I mean, he was just fast. 238 yards on punt returns, 660 yards returning kickoffs for an NFL league, 2,272 all-purpose yards. Also, he led the league with 22 touchdowns, 932 points scored. The Kansas Comets' outstanding rookie campaign earned him first team All Pro honors for the first of 5 straight years. His first of 4 trips to the Pro Bowl. Jeff Sayers scored a record-tying 6 touchdowns, 80-yard touchdowns, 50-yard touchdown, 65-yard punt return for a touchdown. So that's how great Jeff Sayers was, man. 80-yard touchdown, 50-yard touchdown on a run, punt return for 65 yards for a touchdown. Had 6 touchdowns in the game against the 49ers. 6, record time. Then you look at, Dick Butkus did his thing, 6'3", 245 pounds, out of Illinois. Led the Bears in interceptions and points, fumbles, recovered, impact immediately. He had the instincts, good size, quickness, size, strength. He could run sideline to sideline. He could do everything, making tackles. I'm saying? He was so dominant in what he did. He had the speed to cover the best tight ends, cover the running backs, 22 interceptions. So this guy was definitely a generational talent, Dick Butkus. He was very intimidating, man. His grunts, his verbal threats, man. He was so intense. Had a mean streak. He was Lawrence Taylor before Lawrence Taylor. I mean, as a linebacker, he was definitely that guy that definitely had to look at and keep your focus on when he was on the field. That ferocity that he had, he was, that dude that you had to deal with on the defensive end. He's the best middle linebacker in the NFL as a rookie, first team All Pro honors for the first of 5 times. first of 8 consecutive appearances in the Pro Bowl. I mean, they did go 9-5, placing them third in the Western Conference. Five and 7-2, they went in 1966. Buckets made second team All Pro for the first of 2 straight times. Sayers averaged 5.4 yards per carry, leading the NFL 1,231 yards rushing. Sayers led the league with 1,678 yards from scrimmage. 2,440 all-purpose yards, 31.2 yards per kickoff return. 12 touchdowns. Seven, 6-1 was the record in 1967. Yeah, it speaks for itself, man. They made impact, but like I said, the only negative that they win championships, despite the sense that they have. I don't go all the stats. Fortunately, Sayers, he got hurt, had a knee injury. He was on the sidelines. Only played 2 games in 1970-71, so he had to retire. So he had 4,956 yards rushing, 1,307 receiving yards, 3,172 yards on punt and kickoff returns, 9,435 all-purpose yards. So when he retired, Sayers was the NFL's all-time leader in kickoff return yardage. So that's the thing about Sayers. He could do it all. He could run the ball and also give return kicks. And punt returns, he was good with that. Catch the ball in the backfield, stuff like that. But his strength also was his ability to run back kickoffs. So when he retired, he was the all-time leader in kickoff return yardage. You know what I'm saying? He averaged 5 yards per carry, scored 56 touchdowns. So he was in the Hall of Fame, despite the situation in 1973. That's how great he was. You know what I'm saying? And Dick Butkus, same thing. He did a great job with what he did. But again, these 2 guys just did not do enough to win championships. Not their fault. They did their thing. They spent only 5 seasons together, 65 to 69, and 65 to 69. 9 Pro Bowlers combined, 8 first-team All-Pro selections, stuff like that. Never made it to the playoffs while they were playing together. Their best mark was their rookie year, 1965, 9-5. But they are all-time greats. They was on an all-anniversary team in 75-year anniversary team, 1994. Inside linebacker, Butkus, and kick return Sayers. That's it. Look at that. Come back tomorrow and look into John Unitas and Raymond Berry to see on the 50 most dynamic duos in sports history: basketball, football, hockey, and baseball. Baseball, basketball, football, hockey. All right, so that's it. We're done. Back at 1 o'clock. Continue on that countdown, the other 50 underrated classic albums and Hip Hop History Volume 2. We're going to finish that off and I'll get some other content moving forward. So until then, talk to you soon.